Here's how realtors make money and why you need to know. So first, let's start out by defining what a realtor is. A realtor is someone working on behalf of another person, usually a seller or a buyer, to act on their behalf in a real estate transaction. Now, at least in Illinois, every transaction has two real estate agents. You have the listing agent, right, who represents the seller, and then you have the buyer's agent who obviously represents the buyer. So what we're interested in is how these people make money. First of all, the seller is paying the listing agent usually a percentage of the sales price, and that percentage is between usually 5 and 7%. So the seller is paying the listing agent. Then it's the listing agent's responsibility to determine how much they are going to pay the buyer's agent. So it's important to understand that the seller at the top of the food chain here is really paying everyone. When that agent makes that between, let's say, 2.5% and 3.5%, they're not getting all of that money at the very end. They have something called a split with their brokerage. So a listing agent is always gonna have a split with the house, which is gonna range anywhere from between 0% in some models all the way up to 50% in other models. And the buyer's agent similarly is going to have a split with their brokerage. So let's use an example. Let's say there's a home that is listed for $1 million and the listing agent has negotiated with the seller a commission of 6%. Now that listing agent can decide how much they want to offer out to any buyer's agent who's going to bring them an offer. So let's again make the assumption that the listing agent is offering out 2.5%. So there's $25,000 to the buyer's agent and $35,000 to the seller's agent. And as we discussed, after that $25,000 goes to the buyer's agent and that $35,000 goes to the listing agent, they each have their own separate arrangements with the house with their own brokerage. And they're gonna have to give up anywhere from, again, 0, but potentially up to 50% to the brokerage on either side. And then let's not forget that we real estate agents are all 1099 employees. So we also have to factor in somewhere between 30 and 35% taxes. So not all of that money is going into an agent, a real estate agent's pocket. So why is it important for you as a seller or a buyer to understand how your real estate agent is making money? So if you're gonna be spending, in our example, $60,000, you wanna make sure that you're getting the most for your money. Best possible agent with the best possible experience who's going to potentially spend the right amount of money marketing your home. If we're talking about the city of Chicago, there's 10,000 agents. And in my opinion, only 5% of them really deserve the chance to win your business. Now, if you're a buyer, why is it important that you understand how your agent makes money? Well, first of all, in Illinois, you do not pay your real estate agent. The listing agent, and by proxy, the seller, is actually the one who's paying them. So now that you know how they make money, it's important to understand why they're choosing to make their money this way. Is it because they want to make as much money as possible and do as many transactions as possible? Or are they like me or the agents on our team who are trying to establish serious long-term relationships with you and potentially your whole entire family, and think of this as a long-term career?